So this month of March's video is going to be all about morning routines. I wanted to make this video, A, because I love binge watching people's morning routine videos. I like having, finding new ideas to switch up my own routine. But I don't know, I think I've crafted a routine that I think I've perfected. I love it so much. I have a lot of fun in the mornings, especially if I have a busy day, which I usually do as a student who works. Really nice to carve out a little bit of time for myself, to check into myself, set the tone for my day, and yeah. This is the second time filming this video. I filmed it all this morning and I used a camera mic, which I don't know how to use. And I thought it would improve the sound quality of my videos, because the last two were not great. But it sounded like someone was crinkling a chip bag the whole time. So heartbreaking. This is attempt number 2. Take 2. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so the very first thing that I do right when I roll out of bed, trying to get this to focus, is put on some moisturizer. A rosehip oil, because it's super moisturizing, it's so good for your skin, and it's all natural, which is the best. But I just started using this L'Oreal Advanced Revitalift Day Cream that my mother gave to me. She didn't like it, but I've been liking it. It has SPF in it, so I'm just gonna rub it in, bring it down to the neck, because apparently we do not want premature neck wrinkles. So usually I wake up at around 6 a.m. and leave the house for 8. But today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays are my day. Actually, I'm going to put my hair down. Wednesdays are my stay-at-home day where I just kind of do homework and such. And so I don't go downtown to school or work. So I slept in, so it is quite a bit later. But pretend it's 6 a.m. Also, the lighting is better right now, so it's a much better time to film. Okay, so next thing I do is, hang on. I usually do like a little stretching session. So I go downstairs and get my foam roller, just because you've been asleep and you've been stiff and laying there doing nothing all night. So it's a nice thing to do to kind of give your body a little wake up session. A foam roller, get my yoga mat. I really don't do anything long. I just kind of like to listen to my bod. Take my foam roller, and I usually like to roll my back out a little bit and just like, and it's like crack. Oh my god, it feels so good. So now that that's done, I usually boil some water to make my coffee and my oatmeal, which I have already had, because this is the second time of me trying to film this video, because last time the sound did not work. So I will just show you a flat lay of what that looks like. But basically in my oatmeal, I take like a fistful of just plain large flake oats, and then I take like about half a cup of frozen cherries, put it in the microwave for 1 minute, and then put like a little bit of hot water in my oatmeal, and then pour in the frozen cherries. And then I do like about a tablespoon of peanut butter, mix that all in. I like it really thick. And then I add about a tablespoon-ish of chia seeds and maybe like half a tablespoon of hemp seeds. This is for healthy fat, because that's gonna keep you fuller for longer. And then chia seeds are my holy grail. They have so much fiber in them, and they expand in the oatmeal, so it kind of thickens it up, so makes you feel like you're eating more. Anyway, so then I have my coffee. I'm gonna insert my flat lay picture. And usually while I'm making all of that, I put on usually a podcast, because it gives me something to focus on and kind of tells my brain to, okay, it's time to start listening, it's time to start thinking about things for my day. So I will usually either listen to Oprah's Super Soul Conversations. She basically just interviews people who have really interesting stories, Sometimes it's like a more spiritual talk, sometimes it's not, whatever. So that's one option. Or sometimes I'll go on YouTube and listen to some of the Abraham Hicks publications, which is like just talking all about law of attraction, which I love. Or if I'm wanting something more light and fun, I've been loving lately Anna Faris's Unqualified podcast. She basically just like interviews comedic celebrities and chats with them, and it's a lot of fun. So I will put one of those on. Now for the most important, kind of, I guess, part of my morning. So while I still am listening to whatever, or maybe I just want to listen to some music, I usually do this while I'm eating my breakfast. I take my agenda and just see what I have scheduled for myself today, what I kind of have to do, like the main points of what I have to do. So I look at that, and then I take my smaller notebook and I write down a detailed to-do list. And I love having a small notebook just to throw in my bag. I usually write down everything I eat in the day. I write down my to-do list. I write down my intentions. I write down just a fun top 10 list sometimes. I'm having trouble thinking of what I want my intention to be for the day. I will sometimes just switch it up, pull out one of my tarot cards, and then that'll tell me something to keep in mind throughout my day. So I'm going to do that. The Five of Spades, which means, Five of Spades means possible disappointment, a difficult opponent. That's a really crappy one. Okay, maybe I'll just make up my own. Today I want to focus on focusing and doing my work done, but also balancing and having fun and maybe going outside today. So that's my intention. Balance. Screw you, tarot cards. And now for the fun part, makeup. So at this point, I usually turn off my podcast and put on a fun song that I can dance to start getting me pumped for the day. This morning, what should I start with? Okay, I've been really loving 5 Seconds of Summer's new song, which is called Want You Back, and I'm going to jump to that first. Okay, so first I'm going to just tie my hair back, and I'm going to show you all the products I use. I am no beauty connoisseur, but this is what I've been liking. First, I've already moisturized, but I after that is kind of sunk in. I use this Pixi H2O Skin Tint. It's a tinted moisturizer, and it's so good because it's honestly pretty good coverage. I don't really use foundation. I just use a tinted moisturizer mixed with a little bit of concealer because I like to have a very natural look. So I'm just putting 1 pump of that on my hands, massage it in, and it dries kind of like a half matte vibe. I got it from Shoppers Drug Mart, and it was probably like 20 bucks, maybe less than, and it lasts you a really long time, so yeah. I just hit the chandelier. Next, I'm going to use my concealer, and I'm just using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Light 2.5, which is creme brulee. Okay, so I put that under my eyes and a little bit just like underneath my nose because that's where I get dark circles and a little bit of redness. And then blend, and I always put like the excess concealer on my eyelids because I don't use primer, and that kind of does the trick, I find. Eyebrows! I am using Precisely My Brow from Benefit, which I have been liking. It's the first time I've bought it. It's a really like fine tip pencil, which I like, but it also takes a really long time. I want to try the liquid brow things that comes with just like a spoolie, which I feel like would take 2 seconds. I don't know how precise it is, but okay. So that is the brows done. Next. Anyone remember the song from Ella Enchanted? What a classic. Okay, so now I'm doing my eyeliner. I'm just using this waterproof liquid eyeliner from Sephora, just Sephora brand. Then I go in with just like a regular eyeliner pencil for underneath my eyes. Next, I'm using the same brand as the tinted moisturizer that I use, Pixi by Petra Large Lash Mascara, which is the first time I'm trying this as well, and I've been really liking it. My favorite mascara ever is their Real from Benefit, which I only have in brown right now, and I didn't want to wear brown mascara today. But then for blush, same brand again, Pixi by Petra, I'm using a Sheer Cheek Gel, and I am obsessed with this. So you just put a tiny, tiny little smear of it on your finger. And it looks really natural and it lasts all freaking day. It is so good. So you just take like that much first and then just rub it on your cheeks. I love it. Okay, so that's my blush. And then lastly, with a little bit of highlighter, I've just been using this Burberry highlighter stick. It's called Fresh Glow. And I put a little bit here, touch on my nose, and the inner corners of my eye. I like it. It looks pretty natural. It doesn't look, I find in the winter my skin gets really dry, so if I wear anything too cakey or thick like a foundation or even concealer like too much all over my face, it just looks really dry and you can see the makeup just like sitting on top of my face, but I think it looks pretty nice. Usually at this point in the day I would obviously brush my teeth, which I wasn't going to show, and get dressed. Since I'm staying at home today, why would I get dressed? Basically, I'm going to stay in my pajamas all day. I might go to the gym later, but that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found a few tips in here that you might want to implement in your own morning routine video. However, make sure you go to go-lightly.net, click on contribute, and let me know what you do for your morning routine. Then at the end of the month, it'll be in the blog post. And all the best for March, guys. I might film a nightly routine video later in the kind of subject of routines. Maybe later on in this month I'll do that. But anyway, have a great day, everyone.